It is the Two Guys Garage Podcast. He's Kevin Bird. I'm Willie B. Fired up today, man, because today we're taking a little bit on the road. Today, man, it's going to be cool because I had the chance to go see some buddies. Dude, I got to tell you the stories of me and Clay Millican and Jeff Lutz for sure, man. You guys, he comes from the engineer side. I come from the racing side, big street racer, car racer. Out here in Colorado, we had Bandamere for a number of years. Fingers crossed there's a new facility coming soon. But yeah, racing has always been in my blood. I've, had other TV shows where I hosted racing. That's what, that was my wheelhouse, man. That's what I was into. And that's really where I met Clay and Jeff and all those guys whose names are synonymous with, street cars, racing, and wild cars, wild builds, and wild moments.
Yeah, and it's going to be wild to get the three of you guys back together again, and for a great cause.
Yeah, dude. CRC, for years, I've been lucky and fortunate to talk to them at SEMA. This year, every year, I'm always impressed with CRC, not only from a product stand, because I've just used tons of their products over the years, and you never can go wrong with CRC products. Everything they do is, to me, just so much better than other store brands or store named products that are similar. But what they do to enlighten, to encourage, to get people who love to work with their hands motivated about that as a kid, and how they sponsor it is really amazing. They have this thing called TechForce they partner up with in years past. Has been everything from a really cool 57 Chevy that, as you know, Mr. Mike Copeland, he went about that totally wild and burned hydrogen as a fuel. So it was a hydrogen-powered 57 Chevy. So they auction these things off and raise money to provide scholarships for kids that are entering tech fields and tech schools. So it brings it home 100%, and especially when you get the characters that are Jeff and Clay and everything they bring to the table. It's fantastic, man. It's always a great catch up, and even cooler, I got to go up to Jeff's actual, his actual race shop, which is, what an honor that is, man. Really cool.
Yeah, he must have just so much parts, pieces, builds going on.
Yeah.
Right? So much history and broken things, new parts, you name it in there.
Man.
So, this is great because, right, any young person wanting to get into the trades, whether it's welding, automotive, diesel, right, technician type stuff. This whole partnership with TechForce is great because we know we need more of these folks, right? We need the next generation learning. We need to give them opportunities, right? Because it's not cheap a lot of times. These programs, right, these builds that get auctioned off, right? Not only are they cool to watch the build, somebody's going to get stoked to pick up these rides, but the proceeds are going to, right, the scholarships to the kids, so we can train the future. So pretty awesome. But man, you got to go out to Pennsylvania, Jeff's shop. You got to see this next build, man. And so I've gotten just a little bit of insights on it. I've seen some of the pictures, man. Pretty wild. Can you share any of it?
Well, what was funny is I get there and Jeff says, I let Clay really lead the charge on this one. And I was like, man, knowing Clay as I do, I've got an idea of where, Clay Millican is going to take and steer this build. And I was not disappointed. Man, we're talking, it's a little old school. It's a little big block Chevy. It's got a lot of the engine hanging out of the hood. And for a lot of people, that is always an eye pleaser, man.
Yeah.
It's always cool to see.
Well, it's going back, like you said, it's going back in time, we've managed to make insano power, squeezing everything under the hood. But you just go back a few years and it was all just busting right out through the top,
And I tell you, they went back because when you were burning hydrogen in a 57 Chevy, there's a lot of intricacies and things that may be over your head, even if you're a top fuel, race car driver, even if you're in the pits every day turning wrenches. Some of that stuff, man, it becomes algebra. And we know we all have the same feeling about algebra. Shout out to Donna Duff. If it wasn't for her, I never would have passed. But seriously, they wanted something simple. And they went after fast, cool, simple, but man, is it rowdy? Is it everything you expect from, Jeff Lutz, and of course Clay Millican. So I'm excited for you to check this thing out. Excited for you to see it at SEMA. It's wild, bro. It's cool.
All right, man. Well, this one is no stealth mode whatsoever. In your face.
No.
Like you can spot it from a mile away. So, all right, man, why don't we cut the break? Yeah, and follow you on your adventures to Lutz's shop with your buddy Clay Millican. Let's have some fun with it.
Let's do it, man. It's the Two Guys Garage Podcast. Kevin Bird, Willie B. We're in Pennsylvania at the race shop after the break. So, gang, here we are, and what a place to be. So, check this out, Jeff Lutz's shop. Man, Jeff, we have Raquel, CRC, huge part of this whole build. My man, Clay Millican. This is an unbelievable dynamic duo of talent builders and an unbelievable marketing force behind them. And what does that mean? Well, that means we help out people who are interested in finding their next trade, their next career path, imagine if you're 17, 18, like, I don't know, maybe college isn't for me. But maybe there's something that is more up my alley, and something you can pursue your passion if it's working with your hands. That's what these guys do these builds for. But when you're thinking about the builds, I mean, man, we've had some unbelievable cars. The GTO that first year, that was gorgeous. Last year, we got to catch up on that one. Last year, it was a hydrogen Hemi hot rod, a 57 Chevy with a Gen 3 Hemi in it, and it was powered by hydrogen. Now, these guys, man, they had their works in it. They found the car. They did all this work to it. And they presented the SEMA booth with CRC, and I got to tell you, it's a partnership that's unbelievable. And when you get a duo like this, and somebody like Raquel behind them, the sky's the limit. It really is. This year we have an amazing build we're going to get into, but catch us up on the 57 on how it's doing, where it's at. I know you guys were super excited about, the future of that car.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit, get caught up on that.
So here's where we're at. That thing is one of a kind.
Absolutely,
first of all.
Yeah.
It is going to be going to auction in January. Is that correct? In January?
Fingers crossed, yes.
Okay. So it'll be the first one of its kind ever sold. But what we got coming up in just a few weeks, myself and Mike Copeland, the brains behind the hydrogen, we're going to hop in that thing and we're headed to Power Tour. I can't wait.
That'll be cool.
I can't wait because I haven't driven it yet. And Mike has been like, I don't know, we know how you are on that loud pedal, but but I'm flying up to Mike's shop in a couple weeks and we're headed to Power Tour. And we're going to be joined there with some friends of CRC, Mr. Wildman himself, Mike Cotton and David Newbern, and we're going to spend a day signing autographs and showing off the car. That's not all. It's going to more places before the year's over with. It's actually going to be at an NHRA national event in Reading, Pennsylvania, where I'll be driving the top fuel car. We're going to display it there. And we've got some other stuff coming up for that 57. Just scratched the surface with that thing.
It's such an off-the-wall build when you're thinking about, wait, did you say hydrogen-powered hot rod? Yeah. It's wild. I remember being out in Bonneville several years back when hydrogen was they were just discovering it, right? And you got to imagine me being a fan, cross this line and watching these guys pour ice water in this car. And you're like, what is that? What is that?
Yep.
And it goes 324 miles an hour. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, what is going on? Well, Mike Copeland has been one of the few people that's figured out how to harness that, use it as a fuel. They partnered up with CRC. These guys built this amazing car. CRC is presenting it and going to auction it off, all to help, bring people into the trades. And let's be honest, that's where the future of what we love, what we're passionate about, the future of where you guys want to be. That's right there.
Our future customers.
Yeah. It really is doing something for the future of their industry, their business, and what they're passionate about. So you get to drive it. Are you expecting? What's your expectation?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I mean, it makes a little over 500 horsepower because it's not a race engine. We didn't want it to be because this is a driver. I mean, it's a 1957 model with air conditioning and all the latest and greatest. Great transmission in the thing from DCI, so 500 horsepower cruiser. I mean, it's a hot rod.
Perfect combination.
Yeah.
And it'll sound just like your regular V8 hot rod.
I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah.
The most often question asked has to be, what does it sound like?
It sounds normal, but you cannot smell any fuel.
Yeah.
Wow.
The only thing coming out of that exhaust pipe is water.
Which is,
Yeah.
all right, now fast forward. Okay, here we are, Jeff's shop. Get here today, man, and I see this epic 1977 Chevy pickup truck. And and you see the engine in it now, but earlier today it didn't have that. And I gotta tell you, right out of the gate, this is the hot commodity this year, man. Square bodies, and these have really come up as far as popularity, as far as people wanting to get their hands on them, build them. You guys went a different approach this year with this build, and probably the absolute apogee of where last year's build very complicated, right? Needed some computers and a little, degree in this and the degree in that.
Yep.
Maybe some rocket space engineering and whatnot. This year, right? Simplicity kind of falls back into place, but you got the best of the best when it comes to the simple and the best way to bring it. So tell me a little bit about what's behind this.
But this is a 555 Pat Muse seat, Edelbrock, big block Chevy in it. And the blower shop sent us an 871 blower on it, Edelbrock carburetors. It makes 904 horsepower to the crank.
On pump gas.
On pump gas, hydraulic camshaft. This thing is legit. You can get in and drive it. So
this is unreal.
We wanted to make it simple, and Clay said, we're going old school. I said, heck yeah. He said, carburetors. I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Right?
We went as big as we could. And you know what? I think it's going to be amazing. And to team up with CRC, again, to do these builds for Build for the Future it's a great cause. And we wanted something that would grab everybody's eye and everybody go, wow, what check,
Yeah,
this is
man.
it. This is it.
Not only did you find something that, right now these trucks are so hot. Between these, the Blazers, the Broncos, any of that, 70s and 80s retro stuff, people were building resto mods and doing, their own personality underneath the hood. But you went with something classic, man. You went with something that is the big wow factor. Everybody loves seeing the eye candy hanging out the hood. My kids, anytime, they won't even look at a Charger, which I'm kind of partial to. They won't look at anything. If there's something hanging out of the hood, they're like, Dad, who is it hanging out of the hood? And every man, tends to love it. And I'm sure women are like, why do you guys love that so much? But it's something that really stands out that we're excited about, because we know what that's going to cause. The CRC crowd in your booth at SEMA, that's going to have people oohing and ahhing over it the entire time.
Yep.
So I said it earlier. This is all about Build for the Future, but we coming from the past with the Pro Street Build.
He's on that line, baby.
Man,
Pro Street is coming back.
Pro Street is back. I don't think it's even coming back. I think it's back.
Yep.
I see more of these builds coming around the corner than probably anything besides, the resto mod, where people are hitting, some curvy canyons and whatnot. But this is huge. There's a big movement in this right now. And CRC, I got to hand it to you guys, man. Every year you come with something really amazing. The reason behind it all is what is, for us, the most amazing part. But you guys really, you do want that next generation to come into this, this industry and this career path.
Absolutely. We've teamed up with TechForce Foundation, which they're a nonprofit organization that their sole mission is to attract kids into the trades, to make them realize, hey, if college isn't for you, there's some really exciting careers out there for you in the trades.
Yeah.
So even though this is, highlighting automotive and the need for technicians in the industry, this scholarship fund will also be supporting all the other trades out there, welding, CNC machining, plumbing, HVAC, all that stuff. And TechForce manages all the scholarships for us and awards them to the kids.
What a blessing. Imagine, you're 17, 18. Me, it was one of those things at my house. I wanted to do radio. My dad was an engineer. And he's like, you're going to do an engineer. You're going to school for technical drawing and design. Meanwhile, in my heart, in my mind, I'm like, it's not me. I don't want to do that. Where do I fit in, right? So many kids are going through that, fighting that back and forth. Hey, what do you want to do? But they're really gifted. They're really talented. They love working with their hands. And you'd be blown away at the career path, the monetary means of, providing for you, your family, and building a business off of it. And all that opportunity is there. And it's great that you guys highlight it, bring some attention into that fold, and really helping that next wave of, the Jeff Lutzes and the Clay Millikins out there, man.
Yeah, we're getting old. We need the next generation to come along.
We really do. And CRC is, as a big a company as you are, they don't have to do that, right?
No.
They don't,
there's so many big companies out there that don't understand that step that you guys have taken. So I'm sure, like these guys, I'm thankful for you and thankful for the partnership.
I'm proud to be a part of it myself, and that I work for a place that really wants to invest into the future.
Yeah, man. So tell me when is this thing going to hit the road? When is this thing going to?
I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of rubber on the exhaust.
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right now. And the reason I said I'm gonna let him go is because I've been told I'm not getting the keys to that anytime soon.
You made the remark about the rubber on the tailpipe. 90% of that's him. So later, the beginning of next year, Jeffrey Jr., he's going to be driving this at Sick Week, and he's going to compete with it. So it's just, it's going to be really cool. So, but before that will be SEMA, possibly PRI. We're going to campaign it just like we did with the 57. So everybody will get to put their eyes on it before, Jeffrey abuses it to death. Or Clay abuses it to death. So
I'll find the keys sooner or later.
It's like, I just had to park it. That's all. I just had to park it.
Clay flies up and he'll come in and just. He pulled the red truck out of the driveway a couple weeks ago. He was here, and where the hell's he going? Tire smoke, right? He's gone.
What you don't understand about Clay Millican, and not a lot of people, this isn't even on his Wikipedia page. He's only 5'8", goes $158, but he wears a 15 shoe. So yeah, man. He's like, he got a foot, man. Let me tell you. So this thing's gonna be out. It's gonna be where people can put their eyes on it, their ears on it, and go up and see it. And what's it gonna be in the final product? I know today we were joking around on how high this engine and breather and the cars are gonna be hanging out the hood and so forth, but I think it needs to be a little higher to be.
I agree.
But what is it going to be when we see it at SEMA? What else is left?
Well, I can tell you, if you're at Lutz Race Cars, and we are, it's not going to leave here. It'll be no more than probably 3 or 4 inches off the ground.
That's extremely high.
It's going to have tires on it that'll about stretch from me to you. And low, lean, and mean. That's just how the cars come out of this shop. And their reputation, it's unbelievable how nice the builds are. And I have actually, so we're making fun of me burning rubber and all that, which I do. I'm not going to deny it.
A lot.
But I've actually had to hold him and Jeffrey back a little bit because they're like, we're going to do a full cage and we're going to do this, which we did with the CRC Build with Dentley, my truck. Yeah. But we want this to be like straight from the Pro Street at its height, big tires on the ground, and not necessarily race car-ish, but straight up Pro Street-ish.
Get in and drive it.
Get in and drive it.
Man, yeah. And that's so appealing because, when you get a roll cages and nets and, all this stuff, people, they get a little intimidated by it, or it becomes a race car, and people's mindset becomes a little different.
Sure.
But now it's got a bench seat.
It's staying in there.
Yeah, it's got a bench seat with a blower, man. That screams happiness.
Yeah, it does.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah, man. So
it does.
Epic build for an epic group of people behind it, and an epic cause. It really is something to be proud of. And, in the end, what happens is the money raised from these cars, they auction these things off. The money raised goes to help provide scholarships for these kids. And what a life-changing moment that is for them. I imagine you guys have probably witnessed it. It's probably an unbelievable moment for the kids too.
Yeah, it brings tears to your eyes to see the lives that it's touched, because the kids that when we auctioned the GTO off, we got to meet their families, and that was touching. Mm-hmm. That was really impressive.
All right. So if we got just I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Ladies first.
I was going to say, provided that they keep this in one piece, this will go up for auction in 2027 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you have it.
So we mentioned the GTO, and I know we need to cut this off, but it's funny. That car went through, it left, it was actually at my house in Tennessee.
Okay.
And it shipped to auction in Indianapolis. And one of my dearest, bestest friends bought it.
He bid on it, yeah.
And it shipped right back to my house. So that car is still part of the family. I mean, you know, we're constantly doing YouTube, social media.
Yeah.
You'll still see that car.
It's an awesome car.
And let me just tell y'all, JC Metters is the guy's name, and it's a running joke. He still got probably 8 cents of the first dime he ever made. And this caused him to spend that money to buy that.
Yeah.
That's the reason he did it. It wasn't that he thought the car was so cool, which it is,
Yeah.
but he did it for the scholarship funds. That's not a joke, and that's not for the cameras
Yeah.
here. That's the only reason he bought that car, because I promise you, I have driven it more than he has since he bought it.
He works on it more than JC.
Yeah.
But that is true, and it's wild because that cause, right? The reason he's spending that money, the reason you guys are doing the build, the reason they're tied into it is it's monumental for those kids, for that technology and that to be passed down. There's great career paths and great opportunities there. And man, it doesn't take a 4-year program in some college to make you feel like you're complete or that you got something worthwhile. Man, there's great career paths. It's easy to get into trade school and out inside a year and a half. 18 months, typically a program, 2 years. And dude, you could be out there biting, chomping away, making that career path and that plan for you, your family, your future, and so forth, and doing great things in the whole process, So I encourage everybody, man, take a look at it. Just take a look at it and think about a different means, for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a 4-year program. And again, thanks to all these crazy people, the people behind the scenes that make it all happen. There are a lot of people that were stepping up for this truck, this build. Those 2 old guys that you find these vehicles from, a little shout out to them.
Jim and Chuck.
Yeah, man. I got to tell you, you got some great cars, man. And it's just great to see you guys again. Great to get your hands on it. And what an awesome program. Just an honor to be just a little cog in a big wheel for this thing, man. I'm happy for you guys.
Well,
Thank
appreciate
you for the
you.
opportunity
Yeah,
to
thank
talk
you.
about it.
Oh, there's something else I wanted to ask you because being here for one day, it was very apparent that, CRC gets used in this build throughout, right? There's no doubt. We use CRC just today alone on things we probably, I'll let Jeff tell that story. He got busted, but we use it all the time in these builds, which is great. People out there understand that connection because they also use all these products. It saved me so many times in my Cars for Christmas program. I'll have to tell you about it in another podcast. My question is, you mentioned that, people can bid on this car. People can actually auction. He's had a friend buy the GTO. So one last question for you is if somebody out there that's listening, watching right now, if somebody out there is interested in it, somebody says, that's my truck, man. I've always wanted a, Pro Street. Yeah, that's mine. How do they get info, find out? How do they bid on it? How can they get this in their garage?
Yep. They can go to crcbuildforthefuture.com. There is a section where you can sign up for notifications. Okay. Right now, it's signing up to find out about when the 57 Chevy will be auctioned.
Okay.
When we have that finalized, that information will be sent out to whoever signs up. And then once that one's done, they can sign up to hear about this one.
Okay, man. One more time. Tell everybody how to follow along.
Yep. crcbuildforthefuture.com.
crcbuildforthefuture.com. You might see Jeff or Clay's face up there.
Oh yeah, you definitely will.
That's awesome and epic. And all right, man, congratulations on what will be an unbelievable gift, an unbelievable build. I can't wait to see it at SEMA. I can't wait to see these 2 guys again.
Yep.
And can't wait to talk to you guys again on the next 2 Guys Garage podcast. Kevin Bird, Willie B, we'll talk to you in just a minute after the break.
It is the 2 Guys Garage Podcast. He's Kevin Bird, I'm Willie B. And how you like dim apples, brother? Nothing like a big block, huge, blown, old school, you got to love those blown, sort of street rod, hot rod applications and all the noise and big cams and the rowdiness and just, everybody's eyes light up when they see half the engine hanging out of the hood in these Pro Street setups. And it is back. There's a certain amount of coolness that comes with that Pro Street look. And man, they will not disappoint doing that in a really gorgeous 77 pickup truck, man. That thing is sick, bro.
Yeah, it's clean. And it just brings you back, man. Because that was, Pro Street, that was kind of the era for so
It was
long,
the jam,
right?
bro. It
I
was
mean,
crazy.
everybody, all they wanted to do was take an old muscle car, Pro Street, right?
Yeah.
Wanted to
Yeah.
mimic everything that's going on the drag strip, right? The big and littles, the motor popping out the hood, the dual quads, all of it, man. The rumble.
Yeah.
All you needed on that thing was some zoomies, you know?
Yeah,
like,
man. You know what I always liked about those pro mods and the Pro Street stuff is whenever it's under, it's got some decent compression and it's got that real crisp snap to it. But whenever it's idling and you get that cam hit,
surge.
that stroke, that wreck, and every time it hits that, you leave a little chirp of tire rubber on the concrete, so it looks like somebody was just skipping rocks, but it's like rip, 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 rip. It's just all the way up the street on idle. I love that, man. That's just something cool, something wild and rowdy, and just you got to appreciate when you see power like that. And
I mean,
just
I don't know if it
the
goes
feel
back
of it.
to just the simpleness that we have of like, I don't know, the old days of just a wild horse, the untamable, like
yeah.
that bucking bronco and that cowboy just getting on that thing and going wild and he's hanging on, like,
yeah. Absolutely, man. Like, I don't know how big this thing gets, but watch out, I'm gonna make some noise and burn some tires. And it was wild, man. It was always cool to see and hear. And yeah, they have made a little comeback.
oh, sure, man. Like everything old is new at some point, like my pops, he'd get something for Christmas and he wouldn't wear it because it wasn't in style. He wouldn't wear it because it was in style, right? He was just going to hang on to it. And like, 20 years later, he'd pull it out of the closet after it went out of style, like,
Yeah. Oh man. You know what? He'd be bringing it back, dude.
That's right.
Like we were
That's
talking
right.
about.
He was
It is
ahead of his
cool to
game,
see.
20 years
Yeah.
behind. He was still ahead of the game. All right, man. Well,
but
so
hey, man.
you guys got some work on that thing. You got the motor in there. You got the thing. Look,
Yeah.
did you get it fired up?
No, but we heard it before we put it in. So
Okay.
that's what was so cool about it. We freaking fired it up on an engine stand. Nice, man. Ugh.
555 cubic inches of blown power right there, buddy.
Got all the It was so badass. And then we dropped it in the truck, and it was like, oh man, rowdy to see. And I imagine when it's all finished up at SEMA, that's going to command quite a line, quite a number of people around it for the reveal. And all of those proceeds go to TechForce, which, like we mentioned before, it brings it back home. Getting people interested, getting them set up for scholarships, and in the industries that we love and we support. Everything from HVAC to welding. It's amazing how many body, technicians are needed for auto body shops, and how much diesel and auto technicians are needed just in the field and dealerships and what they're paying. It's crazy, man. It's big money, great career paths, and something you ought to look into if you feel like that's your route. This is a great way to do it. CRC's always been great about that support, especially partnering up with these two knuckleheads. It's just cool to see them having fun and doing a cool build for a great cause.
No doubt. So you guys got some progress when you're out there, man. What do you think? Were they on the path to finishing the thing for SEMA? Because, I mean, that's a no-moving date right there. That's race
Yeah,
day.
man.
That thing's got to be on the podium.
Hey, what's great about Jeff Lutz and Clay Millican, those names command a lot of attention and command a lot of people helping them. So if they had anything that they felt like was up against the wall as far as pressure and time crunch, believe me, they would have it handled long before
Yeah.
SEMA.
Well,
These
I mean,
guys
you know,
are gonna,
Clay's-
they're going to
Clay's
coast into
group-
SEMA.
They're tearing down a
Yeah.
rebuild in like 35 minutes, between runs. So
Yeah.
I have little doubts that they'll be able to pull it together and make this thing kind of a home run here, just a
Bro,
couple of weeks.
They'll be sipping drinks while everybody else is loading in. They're handled. It's going to be good to go. They're going to be fine with it. That's how those guys roll. But, speaking of SEMA, are you excited to get there this year? And what do you think is going to be the hot new trend?
Well, we got C8 Corvettes still pretty hot, so we'll see how many of those we have in all sorts of trim levels. New out there in the market, we got the Mustang GTD, but that's such a limited production. So, and they've only got a couple handfuls out there. so far. So we'll see if one of those might show up. Trend-wise, man, that's going to be interesting because we've bounced around a bit.
I'm going to say there's going to be a mad incorporation of 3D printing and technology incorporated in cars in that realm, meaning what we knew were the levels and where people would push builds and fluidity of metal panels and how things ran into one another and, body lines all constructed on what we have. Is normal. It was like, there's an A-pillar, there's going to be a body line, and so forth. I think that all gets changed up, all with this technology that's just bursting on the scene. 3D printers, I think, are going to be big this year at SEMA. Interested to see where all that incorporation of this technology is going to end up with people's builds. So I think this is the year we're really going to see it.
I want to be interesting on that one because we be able to see it, right? Because I think the idea, right, you see a lot of 3D print stuff of the past, and you see all the layering and the surface finish, and
the car that caused the biggest scream last year was that Chevelle. It was all 3D printed. That crazy Chevelle got everybody's attention, everybody did a story on it, and that car was 3D printed. The majority of the panels were 3D printed. So that's going to be interesting, man. I'm going to see where they take it from there.
Well, we got a lot of carbon fiber showing up in all sorts of ways, not just accessories, but full cars, full vehicles in carbon. We got a lot of aero, right? We saw a lot of, the race aero type influence getting heavier and heavier on vehicles.
And what about power plants? What about engines? What do you think? Where's everybody going there? Is it going to be a 3-liter supercharged everything nowadays? Or are we going to see more hybrids coming into those SEMA builds, or what? What do you think is going to be the world of power plants in the next year?
I don't know, man. I think the V8 is still the standard, but we'll see. I mean, EcoBoost came out so many years ago, and you saw a couple, builders, but they just didn't have the sound and the whole vibe to it. Even though they made some decent power, back to the V8s, and of course, it's still a horsepower war. Everybody's still right, thousands, the old 400 type of thing, But we'll see, right? EV kind of came in these big waves and then kind of died off, but it's a slow trickle. You see the back corner still growing, not from, let's say, absolute enthusiasm and everybody wants to grab onto it because it's awesome, but it has its place, so it's sort of growing. But yeah, man, we're going to go cover it and see. So you guys, right, stick around. We'll be on podcasts. We're doing a whole TV show on SEMA, so every cool trend that's happening, we're going to be the ones bringing it to you.
Amen to that. And while you're there, man, check out that show. Check out our other shows airing on weekends on the Motor Trend Network. Check your local listings. Also available on Discovery Plus and Max. Thanks to our producer, Scoop, senior producer, Justin Carter, executive producer, Bob Ecker. He is Kevin Bird. I'm Willie B., and this is the Two Guys Garage Podcast.
Yeah, and don't forget, check out our website, twoguysgarage.com, our social everywhere at Two Guys Garage. And the Two Guys Garage Podcast, of course, copyright 2025, Brenton Productions Incorporated, all rights reserved. Well, I am fired up, my friend, because there is going to be an endless rubbernecking going on, because everywhere you go, everywhere you look, there's somewhere else to look and somewhere else to go. So, man,
I'm in agreement with you, brother. I can't wait. SEMA, here we come.
Right on. All right, gang. Catch us on the flip side. It's going to be awesome. We'll see you then, and we'll catch you on the next Two Guys Garage Podcast.